beloved child of God. Maybe your bank account doesn't reflect it yet, but God has already marked you for greatness. You weren't created just to get by or scrape through. You were made to thrive and expand His kingdom here on earth. The Bible tells us, "The plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. That promise isn't just for some people, it's for you. God's vision for you is bigger than any paycheck, bigger than any obstacle. It's about stewarding the resources, influence, and opportunities He's entrusted to you to create impact that lasts generations. Being a billionaire isn't just about money, it's about mindset and mission. It's about carrying His favor and authority even before the world can see the evidence. The Apostle Paul said, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Philippians 4:13. That strength inside you is already moving mountains and breaking barriers, even if you don't see it yet. You're designed to walk in abundance, not just for yourself, but so you can be a blessing to others. To be a blessing. Genesis 12:2. If you've ever felt that tug in your spirit, that voice whispering, "You're meant for more," this series is your confirmation. You're already carrying the heart, vision, and faith of a billionaire. It's time to recognize those signs, to step into the identity God's already given you, to move forward boldly, knowing you were created for more than just surviving. You were created to build, lead, and leave a legacy. Let's begin. Chapter 1. You think in kingdom, not just currency, beloved child of God. If you're wondering how to know if you're already walking in the mindset of a billionaire, here's the truth. It starts in your mind and spirit. You don't just think about dollars and cents. You think in kingdom terms, about purpose, legacy, and impact. Jesus said, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Matthew 6:33. Your focus isn't on chasing money for its own sake. It's on aligning your life with God's kingdom principles, trusting that He will provide what you need and more. This kingdom mindset is the first sign you're already a billionaire in God's eyes, because it shows you're looking beyond the temporary to the eternal. Here's what it looks like. You're generous, even when it's hard, because you know, give, and it will be given to you. Luke 6:38 is a promise, not just advice. You invest in people and ideas that align with God's purpose, not just your personal gain. You're patient, knowing that wealth and success built on God's timing last. You see your resources as tools to bless others and build His kingdom, not just to accumulate for yourself. A billionaire's wealth starts in the heart, rooted in faith and obedience. You aren't driven by fear or scarcity. You're driven by faith in God's provision and your calling to steward what He's given you. The enemy will try to tell you you're not enough, not ready, or not worthy. But remember Paul's words, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a future and a hope." Jeremiah 29:11. This hope fuels your vision. You're already thinking bigger because God put that fire in you. You're already walking in favor because God has appointed you. This mindset is your foundation, so don't settle for short-term thinking or temporary fixes. Keep your eyes on the kingdom and the eternal impact you were created to make. That's the first sign you're already a billionaire in God's economy. Chapter 2. You steward what you've been given, beloved child of God. Being a billionaire in God's eyes isn't about having millions in the bank. It's about how you manage what God has already entrusted to you. Jesus taught a powerful lesson in the parable of the talents. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Luke 16:10. The way you handle your time, your gifts, your relationships, and yes, even your money, reveals whether you're ready for greater blessings. Stewardship is a key sign you're walking in billionaire territory spiritually. It looks like this. You're faithful with small things, knowing God watches and rewards your integrity. You don't hoard resources out of fear. You give, invest, and multiply what you have. You cultivate gratitude, recognizing everything belongs to God, and you're just a caretaker. You seek wisdom before making decisions, praying for guidance because you understand the weight of responsibility. God's economy operates differently than the world's. It's not about instant riches or flashy success. It's about faithful, intentional growth that aligns with His will. The Bible reminds us, "Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, but to put their hope in God." 1 Timothy 6:17. Your hope isn't tied to a number on a bank statement, but to the one who owns it all. The billionaire mindset shines through your ability to steward well, even when resources seem limited, because you trust God to increase what you manage faithfully. Don't wait for a windfall to start stewarding wisely. Start now, because God honors faithfulness, and that opens the door for abundance to flow. Remember, being a billionaire isn't just about having wealth. It's about carrying responsibility, influence, and a heart aligned with God's purposes. If you are already stewarding well, no matter how small the talents seem, you're on the right path. Your future is being built on the foundation of faithful stewardship today. Chapter 3. You embrace risk with faith, not fear. Beloved child of God, one thing that sets a billionaire mindset apart is the ability to step into risk, not recklessly, but with faith. God never called us to live trapped by fear or play it safe in a small box. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Faith fuels bold moves because it trusts that God is with you, even when the path looks uncertain. Embracing risk means you're willing to step out of comfort zones, try new things, and invest in dreams, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. This is a defining sign you're already a billionaire in God's economy. You see setbacks as set up for greater things because you know God works through trials. You move forward, trusting that God's favor surrounds you like a shield. Psalm 5:12. You don't let fear of failure paralyze you, because your identity is in God, not in circumstances. You lean on prayer and wisdom, inviting God into every decision before taking a leap. Remember Peter stepping out of the boat toward Jesus? That's faith in action. Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" Matthew 14:31. Your faith doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be active. When you embrace risk with faith, you open doors for God's supernatural provision and creativity to flow through you. Billionaires in the spiritual sense aren't just those who play it safe. They are those who dare to move forward in obedience, trusting God to lead and provide. So today, ask yourself, are you holding back because of fear? Or are you stepping into your calling with faith, ready for what God has planned? This mindset shift is key to unlocking the abundant life God has for you. Take that next step, faith over fear. You're already walking like a billionaire. Chapter 4. Your network reflects your net worth. Beloved child of God, you've heard it said, your network is your net worth. In God's kingdom, that's even more true. The people you surround yourself with shape your vision, faith, and impact. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17. Billionaires don't walk alone. They build relationships rooted in trust, encouragement, and shared purpose. Your network isn't just about contacts, it's about connection. You invest in relationships that challenge you to grow. You seek out mentors and peers who inspire faith and excellence. You are intentional about surrounding yourself with people who carry a positive, God-centered influence. You also give back, lifting others as you climb. God designed us for community. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. Ecclesiastes 4:9. If you're cultivating relationships that push you closer to God's calling, you're already thinking like a billionaire. Your influence expands as you invest in others. So guard your circle well and keep choosing faith-filled, purpose-driven company, because your future rises or falls with the people you let in. Chapter 5. You lead with purpose, not position. Beloved child of God. True billionaire leadership isn't about titles or status. It's about leading with purpose and heart. God calls us to lead by serving, by inspiring, and by living out His plans boldly. Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Matthew 20:26. Your influence grows when you lead with humility and vision. You're not waiting for the right moment or title. You're stepping up now, wherever you are. You take responsibility, not for control, but for impact. You make decisions grounded in faith. Knowing leadership is a sacred trust. Leadership is showing up, doing the hard work, and lifting others as you climb. You lead because God's called you, not because the world appointed you. When you lead with purpose, you carry a kingdom mindset. That's a billionaire's heart. You're not here to accumulate just wealth. You're here to build legacy, change lives, and expand God's kingdom. Remember, leadership is a calling, not a position. Are you ready to lead where you are, with purpose and faith? Because that's how billionaires are made. Chapter 6. You value integrity over instant gain. Beloved child of God. A true billionaire's wealth isn't just measured by money, it's measured by character. God calls us to walk in integrity even when no one is watching. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. Proverbs 11:3. Choosing integrity might cost you quick wins or shortcuts, but it builds lasting trust and opens doors that money can't buy. You refuse to compromise your values for temporary gain. You know that God honors honesty and faithfulness. Better is a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. Proverbs 16:8. When you live with integrity, you align with God's blessing. Your reputation becomes your true currency, far more valuable than any bank balance. That's the mark of spiritual billionaire status, choosing what's right over what's easy, walking by faith, not by sight, building wealth that honors God and impacts others. So keep your heart pure and your motives clear, because God is raising up billionaires who value legacy over luxury. Integrity isn't just an option, it's your foundation. Chapter 7. Your faith fuels your future. Beloved child of God. Billionaires don't just believe in themselves, they believe in God's promises. Faith isn't a backup plan, it's the foundation of everything you build. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for, and assurance about what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. When challenges come, your faith doesn't waver. You trust God's timing, provision, and plan, even when the path looks uncertain. Your future isn't tied to numbers or status. It's tied to God's faithfulness. That faith moves mountains, opens doors, and releases favor. You're not just surviving. You're stepping boldly into destiny, because a true billionaire knows faith fuels fortune. Beloved, you're not just defined by your bank account. You're defined by your faith, purpose, integrity, and the community you build. God has placed greatness within you, preparing you to lead, serve, and impact the world beyond wealth alone. Father, thank you for the vision you've given us and the strength to pursue it with integrity and faith. Help us to lead with humility, build with purpose, and walk boldly in the destiny you've set. May our faith be the foundation that moves mountains and unlocks blessings beyond measure. We declare that our future is secure in you, and that we are called to be billionaires, not just in wealth, but in spirit and purpose. In Jesus' name, amen.